So nobody says it's better like Michael Scott, but again, put yourself out there. Like knowledge, like having a baseline knowledge. I'm glad I had my MBA. I'm glad I had a college degree. I'm glad I knew financial statements. Like all that stuff helps, but like when the rubber meets the road, it's basically about connecting with another human being and getting them to believe in you. And you can't learn that in a book. Like you just have to figure it out by trial and error. And then the next lesson, don't fear failure. Like failure is scary. I mean, I've never really feared failure. Like it was more of like a problem with rejection or like hearing a no. But like quitting my job, and like the worst case in my mind is I would just get another job. Like it wasn't that big of a deal for me. And I'm fine with taking a lot of risks. I know that might be atypical, but I think the only way to kind of harden yourself and prepare yourself to get out there is to fail every once in a while. And the only way to fail is to push yourself to do stuff that isn't your strength. So that's the way you grow, and I don't want to overly lecture you on that, but I mean, it's great advice out there. And as somebody that's failed a lot, I can tell you I'm a lot stronger now and I'm a better person because of it. So I forget which one this is. Hopefully it's funny. I don't know. Oh, this is Rocky. That's the good one.
He's finished. It's over. That's it.
That's
That is it.
why don't you tell me the truth?
What are you putting me through, Adrian? You want to know the truth? The truth is I don't want to lose what I got. In the beginning, I didn't care about what happened. I got a ring. I got busted up. I didn't care. But now there's you, there's a kid. I don't want to lose what I got.
What do we have to damn beautiful place? What? A house. We got cars. We got money. We got everything but the truth. What's the truth, damn it?
I'm afraid. All right? You want to hear me say it? You want to break me down? All right, I'm afraid. For the first time in my life, I'm afraid.
I'm afraid too. Nothing wrong with being afraid.
There is. For me, there is.
Why, you're human, aren't you?
Look, I don't know what I am. All I know is I'm a liar. And because that Mickey ain't here no more.
You didn't push him into anything. He was a grown man and he did what he had to do. And you have no right to feel guilty for what happened. You don't. You were a champion. And you did what you were expected to do. And you did what I and everybody else thought you should do. And you're going to tell me that those fights weren't real, that you were carrying? Well, I don't believe it. It doesn't matter what I believe, because you're the one that's got to carry that fear right up inside you. Afraid that everybody's going to take things away. Afraid you're going to be remembered as a coward. That you're not a man anymore. How none of it's true. It doesn't matter if I tell you. It doesn't matter because you're the one that's got to settle it. Get rid of it. Because when all the smoke is cleared and everyone's through chanting your name, it's just going to be us. And you can't live like this. We can't live like this. It's going to bother you for the rest of your life. Look what it's doing to you now. I think she can do it. So do I. But you gotta want to do it for the right reasons. Not for the guilt over the making. Not for the people. Not for the title. Not for money or me. But for you. Just you. Just you alone.
Chilling, right?
And you lose. At least you lose with no excuses. No fear. And I know you could work with that.
It's so tough.
I'm a good fighter.
That's the second best Rocky. But yeah, I mean, even though it's a movie, it's good. There are good lessons there. I mean, all that stuff, you have to find inspiration wherever you go. And sometimes it's in movies, sometimes it's in stories like mine, sometimes it's in whatever. But people tell these stories because they're usually true. So good lessons to think about. And the last one I have, this isn't for everyone. And I don't think there's anything admirable in being an entrepreneur versus working a job. Like, I'm not here to tell you that it's the greatest thing ever and everyone should do it. Like, as you've hopefully heard from my story, a lot of it sucks and a lot of it's very hard. And I definitely recommend that not everybody try it. So I'm not trying to glorify it in any way. I think the key point is if you don't want to start a business, 100% fine, but if you do work for a company, like try to take some of the lessons of being in entrepreneurship to your company, because it's going to help your career and it's going to help your company. I can't tell you like how many young people I'm looking to put into EBTH that kind of have some of these qualities to kind of take challenges and solve them and help us grow to $1 billion company. Like, it's very rare to find a person that kind of has those qualities of hustling and grinding and not fearing failure and who can just get shit done. That's an invaluable thing. So if you don't think you want to start a business, no judgment whatsoever. But again, try to use some of these lessons because I think it can only help you out. And this is another Silicon Valley clip, which is hysterical.
I'm gonna be hydrated. I'm gonna have to urinate into my water bottle.
Just got to drink it alone. That's too good. We're gonna fail by succeeding.
Jared, I need you to plug those servers in now. Aye, Captain.
What a shit circus. Good riddance.
You're never gonna sell.
What?
Hey, look what's happening here. It's magical.
The only thing magical is how much this house has appreciated in the last 3 years, Jared. I'm selling.
I mean, that's just money. It has no real value.
It literally defines value.
Look at this check. All right, you can't actually cash it, but think about what it represents. It's priceless.
Jared, I saw your entire HR file. It was in the Hooley disclosure. You had a fat salary and stock options. By now you would be a senior VP. But instead you walked away to wrangle extension cords for a company that will be defunct in maybe 30 hours. If you're not kicking yourself even just a little bit, you are objectively insane.
I can always find another job. But look at this. Doing this, it's intoxicating. Don't act like it's not magical. It is.
What the fuck is that?
Jesus Christ!
What the fucking fuck?
Hey guys,
On the day that I'm showing the place, are you serious?
I had to shorten out the cable run, so this is the shortest distance to the garage. Time to do it.
It's magical.
That's the clip.
I'm not sure I understand.
And again, it's
Or being promoted.
it's not for everybody, but again, there is something about it that is magical. It's like the show's good because it kind of puts you in the mind frame of like that's what happens. Like in our office, like stuff like that would not be atypical of somebody doing something to get the job done. You're going to put in a hole in the wall or punching your co-founder, whatever it takes. So it is magical in that aspect, but again, like don't let anyone guilt you into starting a business because you're going to do it for the wrong reasons, and there is absolutely 100% no shame in not trying it. So that's my takeaway there. And then kind of the main, do you have any questions on like the lessons portion? All right, cool. So I'm moving into like my personal takeaways and advice for all of you. Not to get too preachy, but the takeaways from my experience in starting and selling a company is that it was the hardest and most rewarding thing I've ever done. I've listed the factors that I attribute to my success in order of importance. Luck is in there 3 times because like, if somebody is successful and tells you that luck and timing didn't have anything to do with it, then they're a liar or an idiot. Because luck has absolutely everything to do with it. Timing has everything to do with it. We created an industry from scratch, which was awesome because now pretty much any stadium you can upgrade your seats, and I'm proud of that. But if we were 6 months too late, we would have failed. If we were 6 months too early, we obviously would have failed because we did in 2010. Timing is critical. Luck is critical that we dodged so many bullets that I can't even tell you. We almost literally shut down the office 3 times in our existence. Federico and I put arbitrary deadlines that if we didn't hit these milestones, we were closing up shop. And for whatever reason, luck saved us. So that was important. Obviously, hustling, the team members, all that stuff contributed to our success. And again, I don't know if I'm ever going to start another company again. Like in my heart, I think it's what I'm good at and what I like to do. But no, I have a kid, I have a wife. I don't have a good idea right now. So who knows? So I'm at everything but the house right now, kind of scratching my itch in an entrepreneurial environment. But I guarantee you, in a year or 2, I'll probably be right back at it again. And maybe I can talk to you again about that failure. So it's cool. But those are the main takeaways. And then the advice section. This is just like generic advice. I'm 33 years old now, so I'll act like an old sage and give you some advice on why I think success, or what can help you with success. So I think big. I think with Let's Move Down, what I learned like 6 months into it, is that the opportunity wasn't big enough for the risk involved. So if you think about like the in-game ticket marketplace, like I thought it was originally, potentially a $5 billion space if you count all the tickets and all the no shows and multiply it by what people would pay for. But when you boil it down, you can see that, Major League Baseball, for instance, would never be a factor because they had a lockdown on anyone working with their teams.